Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon. The news continues at 12:30. Bill Bryan and Barbara Bailey here for WKYT. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused a deadly fire this morning in Lincoln County.
Now, it happened around 7 on Maywood Road off Kentucky 1247 south of Stanford. Family members tell us 54-year-old Danny Bailey died in that fire. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is at the scene now. It's our top story at 12:30. Phil.
Investigators have been on the scene of this fire for quite some time. An early morning fire has claimed the life of a 54-year-old Lincoln County man. Relatives tell us that man is Danny Bailey. Now, Bailey's brother Glenn tells me the 54-year-old man lived in the home alone. He had a wood stove, but whether that had anything to do with the fire is not known. The fire broke out in frigid conditions, and that was obviously a challenge for the firefighters.
Once a firefighter gets wet with his gear and clothing and stuff, it doesn't take long for the frostbite to get you as far as your hands and stuff. You know, it not only that, but it freezes the hose lines. You got to leave your hose lines dripping a little bit for the water to flow.
This is a very close-knit community, and many of Bailey's relatives lived in this area. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Now, firefighters tell us the home is a total loss.
Well, it's a cold start to today. We could see snow maybe overnight into tomorrow before those temperatures really start dropping even lower for midweek. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is in our First Alert Weather Center with a look at this Arctic blast. Micah?
Yeah, and the Arctic blast is already here. Now, as we get toward midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, it will really funnel in here. Some really cold temperatures. And no doubt about it, it will be the coldest temperature that we've seen all season long. Which is kind of getting into the swing of things. Now we're starting to see some really cold air just funnel on in. 20 degrees now in Lexington. Look at your 24-hour planner. You can see by the afternoon, mid-20s. We're not going to really rise that much more from where we are right now. We'll have mostly sunny skies, and going off into the night, that's when we start to see some things change. We'll get a clipper system barreling through here, and it's really overnight and into tomorrow morning is the best chance at actually seeing some snow north of I-64. That is your best opportunity to see possible accumulation. Now, not everybody will get it, and I think most of us actually stay without that snow falling. But once we get toward the afternoon, it clears some things on out. We'll be right there around freezing for tomorrow, which is actually really warm compared to what we're going to be seeing on Wednesday and Thursday. That's when it looks like we'll see that coldest air of this winter. Maybe below zero for temperatures, which means add a little wind to that cold air, and that'll drop wind chills right there, -5 to -15 degrees. We'll go over the latest forecast. I'll show you these numbers in just a few minets.
Micah, thank you. Volunteers are right now working to make sure those in need in Lexington stay warm this very cold week. Workers at God's Net are sorting clothing donated from over the holidays. And tomorrow night, volunteers will visit areas where the homeless are known to gather and distribute coats, hats, gloves, and blankets. Rides to shelters will also be offered.
Federal investigators hope to speak today to the 7-year-old girl who survived a Western Kentucky plane crash that killed 4 family members. Sailor Gutzler walked a mile through the woods in the dark to find help after her family's plane went down Friday night, killing her mom, dad, sister, and cousin. NTSB officials say Sailor's account of the crash could help them determine what caused it. The Illinois family was traveling home from Florida when the plane crashed.
What she knew from that point was something to the effect that the plane was upside down. Her family on board was unresponsive.
She indicated to us that she believed that her family was deceased, but that she hoped that they were just sleeping.
Sailor is back home in Illinois now with family. Services for her father, mother, and sister will be held Friday. Sailor's cousin will be laid to rest Wednesday morning. The NTSB says it could be 10 days before they release a preliminary crash report. An 8-year-old boy is recovering today after a bad crash this weekend in southern Kentucky. The crash happened yesterday afternoon on Langno Road north of London in Laurel County. The sheriff's office says 21-year-old Jimmy Henson lost control of his truck, ran off the road, and hit a tree. Deputies say Henson and his 8-year-old passenger were both airlifted to UK Hospital with serious injuries.
The third person charged in the shooting death of a Winchester woman made his first court appearance this morning. 19-year-old Amber Cottle died 2 days before Christmas. Police say she was hit by a stray bullet that was fired from an apartment above hers. WKYT's Mark Barber is tracking the case from Clark County and joins us with the story. Mark?
Aaron Staley, the third person who was charged in a shooting that killed one person and injured 3 others, didn't say much during his first court appearance, and he did not enter a plea. When we tried to talk to the 18-year-old while he was being taken back to the detention center, he refused to answer our questions. Staley, you're accused of killing a 19-year-old boy. He is charged with murder and first-degree burglary. Police say they searched for Staley for a little more than a week after the fatal shooting. We're told he was picked up in Madison County after investigators released surveillance photos of him. Today, we are learning more about the 18-year-old who is accused of murder. According to court records, the Richmond teen was convicted 2.5 months ago for fleeing or evading police. Also charged in last month's fatal shooting is 20-year-old Lamont Wilkerson and 18-year-old Lillian Barnett. Wilkerson is charged with murder and burglary. Barnett is charged with complicity. According to police reports, on December 23rd, Staley and 2 other men broke into an apartment at the Summit Apartments on Oxford Drive. Investigators tell us during a gunfight, a bullet flew through the floor, hitting 19-year-old Amber Cottle in the apartment below. Her fiancé called 911 and performed CPR, but the EKU student died from her injuries. Staley will appear in court again on Wednesday with Wilkerson and Barnett. In Winchester, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. And a judge says his case will be delayed if they have not found a public defender to represent him within a couple of days. A southeastern Kentucky man accused of killing his son will go in front of a judge this afternoon. State police say Bernard Rice shot his son, 51-year-old Tommy Rice, Saturday night after an argument in their home in the Viper community of Perry County. Rice is scheduled to be arraigned on a second-degree manslaughter charge in district court this afternoon.
The Lexington Police Department will have some new SUVs on the road this year. The department bought 8 new vehicles for 2015. After a new police car is purchased, it's completely taken apart, and about $10,000 worth of technology is added to the vehicle. Computers are installed in the cars with Wi-Fi access, so officers can stay on top of developments while they're on duty.
So any access that I have from my desk in my office, the officer on the street has the same exact access just as quick as I do.
Now tonight at 6, WKYT investigates just how far Lexington's technology has come and where it's going. Researchers make a breakthrough concerning a common type of antibiotic that can cause hearing loss.
And the FDA approves the highest number of drugs in 18 years. Ebony Williams has details on that and more in this Better Living report.
New research shows not all obese people develop metabolic changes that can cause health problems, including diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. A team at Washington University in St. Louis monitored 20 obese people who were asked to gain about 15 pounds over several months. They found the participants who did not have common metabolic abnormalities, including insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and excess liver fat before the weight gain, did not develop the problems after gaining weight. Those who had the abnormalities before gaining weight developed even more serious issues afterwards. Researchers at Stanford University have developed a modified version of a commonly used class of antibiotics that does not cause common side effects in mice. 40 to 60% of patients who receive sometimes life-saving aminoglycosides develop partial or complete hearing loss. Kidney damage is another common side effect. The researchers intend to test the modified antibiotic on humans soon to see if it has the same benefits as it does in mice. And the Food and Drug Administration reports it approved the most new medicines last year since 1996. New treatments for cancer and rare diseases were some of the 41 new drugs approved in 2014. That's 14 more than the year before. The highest number of approvals came in 1996 when the agency approved 53 new drugs. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.
Good to have you with us on WKYT News, and there's much more coming up. The extremely cold temperatures have the Hope Center in need of volunteers to help the homeless.
Also an honor for several Lexington women as a local sorority presents the Spirit of Ivy Award.